Hey, it's Nita. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we are going to be talking about my influencer journey. So if you've ever wanted to become an influencer, if you're thinking about it, if you want to know why I started this channel, my inspiration behind it, and how I transitioned from a full-time hairstylist to a full-time influencer, then stay tuned and keep on watching. Now this video is going to be sectioned in two parts. I'm going to first talk about my influencing journey, how I got to this point, and then in the second part I am going to answer the Q&As. I did ask you guys over on Instagram and here in the community tab over on YouTube if you had any questions about influencing or my journey or anything like that. So I will answer those questions in the second part of the video. I will insert a timestamp either here or in the time portion on YouTube. It'll be somewhere, girl. So if you just want the Q&A, you can skip forward to that. If you want to hear my journey, I'm going to start there and get into the Q&A. So, also outfit of the day, I'm wearing this dress from Express. The earrings, I have no idea. I've had these many years. And then y'all have been asking about my ring lately. This is from Kendra Scott. So if I can link any of this, I'll have it in the description box. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so first we're going to talk about my journey as an influencer and how I got started with everything. So I've had this channel since 2016 and I just posted fluke videos here and there for no particular reason. The first video I posted was about my VSG journey in Mexico. Google it if you're interested, honey. And then after that in 2017, I got pregnant and I did kind of vlog and share my pregnancy journey, and those videos were really just for me. Also, when it came to VSG, I did have a lot of clients and friends asking my experience because I had my surgery in Mexico. So many people were asking about my experience. So I did a YouTube video just to share when people would ask me my experience with my VSG, okay? And in 2017, I vlogged my pregnancy just to have as memories for myself and my daughter to look back on. At that time, I wasn't thinking about, you know, influencing and all that kind of stuff. It was just something fun because I enjoyed watching pregnancy vlogs and pregnancy journeys, and I just thought it would be nice to have those memories to look back on. So that's actually how the channel got started. I wasn't thinking about influencing at all. In 2019, after having my daughter and, you know, becoming a single mom around that time, and I was kind of at a place where I was getting back to myself, and I started doing makeup tutorials. Now, I don't know if I shared this yet. I was a full-time hairstylist and makeup artist for 10 years, you guys. That is my background. That is the job that I've had for my life. So I have been an entrepreneur for a while. This is not my first rodeo. I just changed lanes of entrepreneurship. So yeah, after I had my daughter, I stopped doing makeup because I did makeup, I made wigs, I did hair, and then I also taught makeup classes. After I had my daughter, I stopped doing makeup and makeup classes because it just became overwhelming being a mom, then a single mom, and then doing hair, making wigs, doing makeup. Honey, it was just too much. So I had to drop something from my plate, and I dropped makeup services and makeup classes. So to kind of fill in that gap, I said, you know what, let me create some makeup tutorials on YouTube just to share with my clients and people who ask me if I'm doing classes or dang, you don't do makeup no more. It's like, no, I don't, but I have this YouTube channel with some videos, you should check it out, right? At the time, I wasn't thinking about growing a following. I wasn't thinking about making money. It was just a fun outlet for me to have. At that time in my life, I was really working hard to get out of debt. So I was working full time. I would get off and be a mom, and then at night I would stay up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, literally making wigs so I can make extra money to get out of debt, right? So I started the YouTube channel kind of as my outlet to just be creative, to do something fun, and to do something that I enjoyed that didn't actually involve making money. So that's actually how I got into kind of making these type of videos. I wasn't thinking about money at all or making it a thing. So in 2019, when I was doing the makeup videos, I think I shared with you guys I was getting out of debt, and I hadn't purchased clothes in a while, like since before I had my daughter. And I wanted to buy some clothes, and I was looking for some things, and I came across Shein. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this little stuff. But I'm like, I don't know how these little $10 shirts, these $8 shirts, I don't know how this stuff is gonna work out. So I ordered the items and I decided, hey, let's do a YouTube video to share with the girls that this stuff is actually legit. So that's what I did. And you guys, my channel went from getting, I mean, my makeup videos would get maybe 25 views, maybe 50 views. I went from that to that YouTube video got like 1,500 views within a week. And that was crazy to me because I mean, it was something for me to maybe get to 100 views. Like, that was huge. So to go from huge being 100 views to go to huge being 1,500 views, it was like, whoa, okay. So under that video, it was so many people like, well, hey, are you gonna do any other haul videos? Can you share, outfit ideas, da da da. You didn't share the links, all of this stuff. And I'm just like, links? What are they talking about? I had no idea, honey. So from there, I started incorporating a few fashion videos. I would just go shop my closet and put together outfit ideas. I think the first one I did after that was outfit ideas for Valentine's Day in 2019. And then just a few other things. I still did more makeup, and I did some hair, but I didn't want to do hair. When I thought of hair, I thought about work, and I'm like, I don't want this to be work. I want it to be fun. So fun for me was makeup, and then clothes, because it was just something fun. It was no pressure at that time. So again, consistently, my clothing hauls, my styling videos would get, when I tell you, 3 or 4 times more views than my makeup and hair videos. It was very obvious that the people were not looking to me for hair or makeup. But again, at that time, I just wasn't thinking about it in that way. I was doing more videos on makeup, and I was also using my YouTube channel to grow my business as a hairstylist. So I would do different little videos about, sewing I did in a salon, or how I did this wig, or whatever have you. Again, not to get views, but just to get people to come into the salon and hire me, to do their hair. So that's 2019 is when it got started, when I grew a following. I believe I got monetized in 2019, but again, my channel was, I guess, kind of all over the place. I would do a haul, I would do a makeup video, I do my hair, I show my clients. It was just a little bit of everything. So that was 2019 when I really kind of got started. So 2020, you guys know what happened in 2020. The world shut down, honey. The pandemic hit. And I really got to sit and think about life. And I really got to sit and think about what I wanted to do moving forward, because I think prior to 2020, when everything hit, I was in a place where I was just going, trying to keep up. When I say trying to keep up, just like trying to adjust to it's not new, but I still was kind of wrapping my head around motherhood. If you guys are parents, if you have young children, during that time they grow so much, the things that they need from you changes so much, and it was like I was just kind of adjusting to that. And again, I was also on a debt-free journey. I had just paid off my car a few months before the pandemic hit, so I was finally able to breathe. So it was like I was able to breathe, then the pandemic hit, so I'm sitting at home, and it's just like, I think everything just kind of hit me at one time, and I just kind of sat and thought about my life, honestly. And I'd known that I wanted to stop doing hair, but I was not sure what I wanted to do. And that quiet time at home kind of gave me the time that I needed to think about what I wanted to do. And so I said, you know what? I kind of like this YouTube thing. I kind of like, sharing outfits and stuff. It's fun. It's no pressure. Like, it's just fun. Maybe I should kind of do more of that. And that's what I did. So during the pandemic, probably towards the later end of the pandemic, I sat down and I made a schedule. I said, you know what? I'm going to post, I think I was posting 2 YouTube videos a week. And I was posting on Instagram every day or 5 days a week, something like that. And how I would do this is I was using my phone to record my videos. And when I recorded my videos, you guys know when you do a video, you usually do a thumbnail. So the pictures that I would take of the outfits for the thumbnail, I would use those for my photos on Instagram. At this time, Reels were not a thing. Reels kind of came out a few months after that, which I did hop on. But at the time, there was no video content for Instagram. It was still photos. And so that's what I did. I started sharing outfit ideas on Instagram, and you guys, people ate that up. Like, they were like, girl, what? Oh my gosh. Like, because before on Instagram, all you saw was hair up, because again, I'm a hairstylist and makeup artist. What am I sharing? I'm sharing the hair, I'm sharing the lipstick, the lashes, whatever. So I'm showing you hair up. I didn't really share outfits and going out and any other thing on Instagram, because I was focused more so on my hair and makeup clients. So during the pandemic, when things were quiet, that also gave me the opportunity just to share some random regular stuff over on Instagram. And my audience really enjoyed that. They were like, wow, I never knew that. Or, I shared just different things about my journey with my self-confidence and self-love, and And it was refreshing, honestly, for me to create different content other than work, which was hair and makeup. And it was also, I think, refreshing for my audience. I think they wanted to see something different from me, I guess. And I guess I just never realized it, never thought about it, never thought to lean into it. So that's kind of, if you ask me how I got started influencing, that would be when the light bulb kind of went off, like, I think this is something you should really explore. Was during the pandemic, when I had time to sit down and think about it and really lean into sharing more of my journey with self-love, my journey with learning to love my body, even, weight loss, weight gain, wherever we end up, honey. And then outfit ideas, outfit inspiration as a plus size woman, especially because I'm obviously plus size. I think that was, I guess, something people wanted to see from me, and I never thought that they would. It just never crossed my mind. So that's, I guess, how I got started in influencing, or when my wheels started turning, like, I think this could be something. Also in 2020, when I started sharing, more fashion content on Instagram as well as YouTube, I did start working with a couple of boutiques. They approached me. I didn't think of it as money making or anything like that. It was just something fun to do. So I was approached by a local boutique in Dallas, and then another boutique, I think she was based out of Chicago, I think. So they DM'd me and was like, hey girl, I like what you're posting. We're looking for models for our, plus size clothing. Are you interested? And I was like, sure, it'll be fun. So that's what I did. And I worked for free. And then I believe I started charging $35 a photo, because the local boutique in Dallas, they took the photos and stuff, so I just needed to show up with my makeup on. The boutique and I want to say Chicago, I can't remember where she was located, but she would send the clothes. I would take picture and video on the clothes, and then girl, I would send the clothes back. And I'm just like, girl, anyway. So that was that. I charged $35, and I think I would do like 3 or 4 outfits. So it was like, was it $100 or something like that? And I did that maybe once a month or so. It wasn't that often. So I guess you would say that's when I started making money from this. It was also in 2020 that I did get monetized. I don't remember when, but I did get monetized. And at that time, I was making maybe $100 from YouTube, if that. It wasn't a lot at all. I was just happy to get monetized. So 2020 is when I actually started to really put effort into Instagram and YouTube, just to, I guess, see if it could be something, or maybe see if it was something I was interested in. And that's how I got started. And those are, I guess, the first brands, if you want to say, that I did start working with, was boutiques, and they did reach out to me from the content that I was posting. I think they found me on the Explore page. When I initially took the leap to go full-time doing hair, leaving my 9-to-5 doing hair, I was, 23, 24 years old. It was just me, and I felt like, you know what, I can fend for myself. Well, now I have a daughter. I have a child to take care of, and it was just a very scary thing for me to even think of doing. So I reached out to Ray Torgano, shout out to Ray, and I said, hey, he was one of the few people that I knew that did not do hair full-time. I reached out to him and I said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this influencing thing full time. I don't know. I said, I know you left the salon. How did you do it? How did you go about that? How did you feel? And he was so excited. He was like, girl, we should talk. And I appreciate him so much for that conversation, because he did not have to talk to me. He was like, girl, call me. We're going to talk about it. And we chopped it up. And one thing that he told me that I have held on to for this 2-year journey has been, he was like, Shanita, you got to let go of good to get to great. Because my thing was, well, hair is not bad. It's not like I'm not making money. I have amazing clients. Like, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. There's nothing wrong. I just don't want to do it no more. I'm tired of it. I don't enjoy hair. I enjoyed the end result. I enjoyed the process. I enjoy making my clients look and feel beautiful, but I don't enjoy doing hair. I want to get the end result, but use a different avenue to get to the same result, if that makes any sense. And so he was just like, okay, well, why can't you? It's already been proven. I love what you're doing. And he was giving me ideas for how to spruce up the page and different things, but he just really encouraged me. He shared his personal journey with me of how he went about doing it. And it was just so encouraging to see that he did it. Ray was I know he's in his 40s. He's married. He has a family to take care of as well. And to see that he was able to do it, I was like, okay, I think this is something that I can do. All right, so fast forward to 2021. That's the year that I said, you know what? I'm going to put the pedal to the metal. I'm going to do this. I am going to give it 1,000%. I'm going to save. What I did was I did save for 6 months. I determined that everything that I made as an influencer, I would save. I'm not going to spend that money because, of course, again, I am full-time hairstylist and makeup artist. I make good money. Like, I have a steady clientele. That's good. So that's the money that I use to live and chill and all of that. Everything I made as an influencer, I put into a savings account, which at that time was not a lot of money at all. It was maybe $200 a month. Sometime, I think around the holiday, I got up to like $400 in AdSense revenue or something, but it wasn't a lot of money, but it was something. And I just said, hey, everything I make as an influencer, I put in a savings account just to kind of get myself ready to go full time. Now, something Ray did tell me, he was like, well, hey, get an amount together of what you want to have saved so you can go full time. Also, I think I shared with you guys, I was on a debt-free journey. So at this time, I'm completely debt free except for my student loans. But I didn't have a car note, credit card debt. I didn't have any of that. No additional monthly payments outside of what we use to live. And of course, Jada's expenses as well. So yeah, so 2021, I put a schedule together. I got on it. I set my 2 days that I'm going to create content, how I'm going to edit. I put together like a content calendar, which is just me planning out like I'm going to do these videos on this day. I'm going to post it on these days. This is when I'm going to edit. And I just really took it seriously. Also, I remember praying and asking God, like, well, if this is something that you would want me to do, God, I need a sign. I need you to give me a sign. I'm nervous about this. I have a daughter. And then also being a content creator, you think about, your life in a sense is kind of open to the general public, right? So it's like, okay, I am a mother. I'm very protective of my child. Should I share her? What do I want to share? How do I want to do this? So many questions that I had, and I just prayed about it. And I asked God to give me a sign. I asked him to give me wisdom. I asked him to share with me how I should do this. Just how should I do it if it's something that I should do? So I got my first brand deal, March of 2021. I'll never forget, you guys, when I got that email. DSW was my first brand deal, big brand campaign. And it was a 4-figure deal. I don't know what I can or can't share, like if I can share amounts or whatever. But it was a 4-figure deal. I was so excited. I was over the moon. I was overjoyed. And honey, I created my content. I got my first brand deal using my phone. I did not have a photographer at the time. I was not filming on this camera at the time. I was still using my phone for my YouTube videos. I was still using my phone to create content. So that's another question. Like, do you have to have all this stuff? No. I got my first few brand deals off of content that I created with my phone. So, and I was paid pretty well in my opinion for it. So that was my first brand deal. The following month, I believe I worked with DSW again. And then my first big brand deal was Walmart. I got that in, I think, May of last year as well. You guys, sidebar, I gotta share about this. So I got the Walmart campaign. I was so excited. I created the content, and I will never forget, you guys, when I posted that content, I literally cried because I felt like Walmart would never want to work with me again. I saw other content creators who were on the same campaign, and I saw their content, and I just felt like, oh my gosh, I created this with my phone. It doesn't have the clarity and the quality. It's not as up to par as these other people. And I remember calling my friend crying. I'm talking about boo-hoo tears. And I think I was with my ex at that time too. And they was like, girl, it's fine. It looks good. I'm like, no, it doesn't. And when she did hers, it got a photographer. I was just so distraught. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. They're not going to work with me again. I will never get another brand deal. Anyway, literally the next day, Walmart reached out again. It was like, hey, we want to work with you next month. Oh my God. I just felt the need to share that. So, but it was at that time that I said, look here, sis, okay? You're getting brand deals. You're going to get paid. You need to hire a photographer and step your content game up. And nobody told me to do that. The content was performing well. I was still getting brand deals using my phone. My first express brand deal. For Instagram, I use my phone. Everything I use my phone. So I went ahead and I hired Corey. If you've seen any of my vlogs, I use Corey as my photographer in Dallas. And I said, hey, Corey, I shot with him before, I think in 2019 or 2020, but just maybe once or twice. I was just like, I'll do my own photos. I didn't have, I wasn't really making money from this, so I didn't feel the need to pay a photographer. But at that time, I was like, okay, if I want to continue to get these brand deals, I think I want to step up my content game. So I called him, and we've been working together. Now it's been a year. But again, I didn't start hiring Corey until I was actually making money from influencing. So again, I had my full-time job as a hairstylist and makeup artist. Everything I was doing from influencing was going to a savings account, and then, you know, I would pay Corey when I hired him to do my photos. Still didn't have a team, still don't have a team to this day, but that is how I became, I guess, an influencer. I just continued to grow, and it continued to work. Brands just continued to reach out, and it just kind of went from there. And I literally feel like 2021, when I said, okay, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna give it to go, I'm gonna give it 1,000%, and I gave God my yes. That's another thing. You guys know I'm a woman of faith. Everything that I do is faith-based. It is what it is. And when I prayed about it, and God said, you know, I feel like he was telling me to do it, but I was like, man, I don't know. I have all these reservations. And I felt like, I said, okay, God, if I can make X amount of money, if I can save this, then you know what? I'll do it, right? Okay. So I said, okay, God, if I can save this much by this time, I put a date on it, which I think was my birthday. It was October of last year, my 35th birthday. I was like, all right, God, I'll do it. Okay. That was in January. I got my first brand deal in March. I consistently got more and more brand deals every month since then. And then, so I hit my savings goal, I think 3 months ahead of schedule, you guys, which was crazy to me. I never saved that amount of money in my life, okay? I think I had saved maybe like $1,500 before, but I had never saved that amount of money in my life. It was crazy to me. And I was like, whew, okay, God. Well, I know we saved this, but can you give me another sign? Okay, well, and he would give me whatever I said. Okay, God, well, can I reach this? Boom, reach that. Okay, well, maybe I should, God, I will go full time if you give me this, or if you show me, like I kept asking for signs, y'all. Every time I would ask for a sign, it got to the point where I didn't have a reason not to. I didn't have a reason not to go full time. I couldn't make up any other excuse. I couldn't say, oh, well, I don't have this, or I didn't do this, or I don't have, no. What's your excuse now? You asked God to do it. You save your money. You've done due diligence. What else is stopping you from going full time? If that's what you want to do. I'm not saying that that's what everybody should do, but for me, I wanted to go full time. I feel like God was giving me the okay to go full time, but I was scared. I was scared about the money. I was scared about, would I like it like that? You know, right now it's no pressure because it's part time, but when it's full time, it's a whole different ball game. And then, you know, just I think general nerves about doing something new. Hair and makeup, that industry is what I know. I've done this for 10 years, right? I know the ebbs and flows of the industry. I know the slow seasons and the peak seasons. I know hair like the back of my hand. I know makeup like the back of my hand. Like, these are things that I know. This industry, I don't know it like that. I'm very much new. There's no blueprint to influencing, you know, and then in a way you're kind of, you know, public opinion and stuff. There's just a lot with this industry that is scary, you know? And so, but yeah, 2021, I prayed and asked God for a few things. He gave me more than a few. He gave me a lot more than I could even ask for. So it got to the point where I said, okay, let's go. So, I have only been full-time for, 4 months? I've only been full-time for 4 months. But even just me retiring 4 months ago, so many people were like, oh my gosh, how did you do it? That's how I did it. I saved my money. Everything I made from influencing, I did not touch. Thank God to this point, I still haven't touched it. I still have my cushion in the event that something was to happen for myself and my daughter. And yeah, that's how I got started as an influencer. I know that was so long. This was so lengthy, you guys, but I hope that it was helpful. Now, we're going to get into the Q&A. All right, so now we're going to get into the Q&A portion, but I need some water because, girl, oh my goodness, I'm so thirsty. All right, I should have categorized these, but we're just going to go for it. So first question, of course, was how did I get started? Part 1 of this video shared how I got started. Part number 2, when being an upcoming and aspiring influencer, what affordable essentials, equipment is needed? What do you need is your phone. I am filming on a Canon SL2, but I only bought that with my YouTube earnings. I think I've had this camera about maybe a year now, 9 months or so, but the majority of my content when I first got started, I used my phone, and I got my first paid brand deals using my phone. I chose to hire a photographer because I did want to up level my content, but I only did that after influencing was bringing in money, because that's what I used to pay him. But you need your phone, you need good lighting. If you're gonna buy anything, I would say to purchase some ring lights, or I'll link down below the lights that I use. I use a ring light, and I have 2 right now, or 3 of these LED lights. I don't know the name of them, but I'll link them down below. I have 3 of them because my apartment does not get a lot of light because of where I sit. Even with the windows open, it's still dark in here, so I have to use a lot of extra lights. So yeah, I would just say lighting is best. If you don't have lights, or if you cannot afford to get lights, go near a window. Okay, sorry, real question, LOL. Balancing being a single mom and career while YouTubing. First of all, ain't no sorry. But so again, I just became a full-time content creator. It's been 4 months now, right? So before, I did hair full-time, I made wigs, I'm somebody mama, and I created content. So on my off days, which were at that time Monday and Tuesday, or every other weekend when Jada was gone with her grandparents, that's when I would create content. I wasn't going to brunch, I wasn't going to hang out Friday night so I couldn't get up Saturday morning. I sacrificed. So at this time, I'm creating these videos. This time, I'm editing these videos. That's how I did it. Now, if you're in a position where you know your kids maybe don't go away, if they're with you 24/7, then again, sacrifice. So you may have to get up earlier in the morning and do your content. You may have to stay up later at night and do your content. So I would just say you find those pockets of the day and do it like that. Whenever you're off, whenever the kids are gone, if they're younger, you know, if they're older, then hey, mommy's filming right now, mommy's working right now, I need you to be quiet, or have them go to one side of the house or something like that. Also, I would say if you're in a position where you don't have time to create long form content, do other types of content. Think about TikTok. You can create videos that are 15 seconds. Instagram, you can create videos that are 30 seconds to a minute, right? So I would say if you don't have the dedicated time to do a longer form video, then I would say to explore the other avenues of creating shorter form videos in the meantime. But I will always say to do what you can. If you have the time to say, okay, I'm gonna do 1 video a week, on that off day when your baby is with, if you can get a sitter or take them to your mom's house, or when they're with their dad or wherever they are, every Saturday, every Sunday, every Tuesday, whenever, from this time to this time, I'm going to film. That's what I did. And then during the weekdays, I would stay up at night and I would edit my videos. So that's how I got it done, balancing everything. I just had that amount of time. This is what I'm dedicating to YouTube. That's all I got. Whatever I can get done during this time is what I can get done during this time. And so that's how I did it. And then, like I said, nights and evenings is when I edited, when I planned content, if I needed to order some clothes, if I needed to order whatever, emails, responding to brands, I would respond at night. And there's an auto, like you can schedule it to send out the next morning, because I didn't want to be up sending emails at 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I respond at night and set it to automatically go out the next morning. So that's how I did that. Okay, how did you decide how much to charge, if any, on a brand collaboration at first? So honestly, my first few brand collaborations, I took what they offered. I did not know how much to charge. I think I told you guys when I started working with boutiques, I charged, what was it, $35 to $50. I just named a price. When I started working with bigger brands, when they email you, they'll tell you this is the budget. And I didn't know that I could negotiate. That's something I learned later on. But my first good handful of brand deals, if not more, I took what they offered because I just was excited to work with the brand, and I did not know what to charge, and I didn't know that I could negotiate. So that's something that I had to learn as I went along. I didn't know at first. Now I know because I actually took another course. It's called Pitch Please by Maddie James. So there's only 2 courses that I've taken. I shared with you guys that I took the course from Think Media, Sean Cannell, VRA. And then I also took Pitch Please with Maddie James, and I took that to learn how to pitch, which I still haven't pitched, honey. But what it did help me do was to know how to charge and what to charge. I did not know, there was no information out there at the time for me to find. I follow Maddie James. She used to do like Wednesdays, so she would talk about influencer things, and when she offered the course, I hopped on it. It was very expensive, honey. It was expensive, but it was worth every penny. I have made back that money plus some, but I know what to charge now, and I know that I can negotiate. So follow Maddie James. I'll link her somewhere. I don't know if she's still offering the course, but I know that she does offer valuable content to content creators. Do you track certain metrics to measure your growth, and if so, which ones? Of course I do the ones like your subscriber count, your follower count, but the metrics that matter the most, especially to brands, is conversion, which would be on Instagram. It's your impressions, your reach, engagement, those. On Instagram it would be watch time. The amount of views and the watch time are the two that I look for on YouTube. And those are the ones, because it doesn't matter how many subscribers or followers you have if those followers are not converting to viewing and liking, subscribing, commenting, etc. It means nothing if nobody's watching your video. So that's what I would look for, is the watch time and the amount of views on YouTube, and your reach, impressions, and engagement on Instagram. I already talked about how I got started. What's the most important thing to know? I think the most important thing to know is why you're doing it. Entrepreneurship is hard. Entrepreneurship is hard, okay? I think the term or the phrase that if you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life, that's a lie. Work is work. I don't care what kind of work it is. I don't care how much you enjoy your job or how much you enjoy the work. If there's gonna be something about your job that sucks. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much money you make. Work is work. So I would say that you need a why that's bigger than you, and you need a why that's not money. I don't care how much money a job is making you, but especially as an entrepreneur, we go through so much. It is a lot. It is hard, especially in the beginning, because you're all of the things, you know. I think the most important thing is to remember your why. You need a why. Why are you doing this? Why are you creating the content? Why are you starting this business? And the why can't be just money. Yes, the business needs to make money, right? We gotta eat, we gotta live. But why, outside of money, are you doing this? So I think that's the most important thing to remember. All right, next question is, what partnerships or brands have been best for your brand as far as driving traffic to your channel? Probably Amazon, because people are always looking for things on Amazon. Outside of that, I don't really look at it as what brand is going to be beneficial to me. I look at it as what brand can I organically add into my content. I don't only show brands to make money, if that makes any sense. I'll show a brand. Prime example, this ring from Kendra Scott. You guys have been asking about it. I genuinely love this ring. Now, I don't have a partnership with Kendra Scott. I've never worked with Kendra Scott. I would love to if they reach out, but I'm gonna tell you I like this ring from Kendra Scott anyway. So, you know, yeah, that's not necessarily what I look for when I'm partnering with brands. I look for brands that I always start with a brand that I already know, like, and love. And I say Amazon again because they're probably a very well-known brand. People are always looking for things on Amazon. People know and trust Amazon. So brands like that everyone kind of uses and loves for whatever reason, I think it's been pretty good. But as far as driving traffic, I don't think it has anything to do with what brand I'm working with. I think it has everything to do with the type of content that I'm creating and if people are looking for that. So like how-to tutorials, outfit ideas, you know, or how-tos, outfit ideas, anything that shares with people how to do something or is informational, those are like the best types of content. I don't think it has much more to do with the brand than it does to do with the type of content that you're creating. Do brand partners limit the content that you produce or are able to freely create? That's a good question. No, I haven't had a brand partnership that limited the content that I'm able to produce. Now, there are definitely, when you partner with a brand, they send you what's called a brief, which pretty much tells you the goal of them wanting to partner, the goal of whatever. So it's to drive sales, to create awareness for a certain thing, to promote whatever, you know, and so they want you to create the content around the end goal, right? Outside of that, I've never had a brand to like limit the type of content I create. A lot of times if you're doing like a sponsored video, sometimes you can't share other brands, you can't mention other brand names, that kind of thing. But of course, I think that's normal. If I'm paying you to promote my brand, then I don't want you talking about my competitor in the same video. So that's probably the only limiting factor that I've experienced. But type of content and what did it say? limit what you're able to produce? No. And I don't think I would work with a brand who would limit what I'm able to produce. I've kind of learned that I like to be able to create the type of content I want to create. It's still, at the end of the day, I am partnering with you, but it's still my brand. If it comes to that kind of thing, then I would just create content for you to use, and I just wouldn't post it on my channel, which is another way to work with brands, is to create content strictly for them and not necessarily for you to post. So I would do that if they wanted to limit it, but I haven't experienced that. All right, next question is, how do you get in with these brands? I'm trying to get on your level. Thank you so much. So that's a big question. How do you start working with brands? Personally, I think I shared with you guys all of the brand deals that I've received. Thank God the brands have reached out to me. It wasn't intentional. I didn't do anything special. However, now that you know better, you do better. If I want to work with a brand, I'm going to start by creating organic content. What does that mean? That means I'm going to spend my money and go buy the product, go buy the item, go whatever. Or 9 times out of 10, it's something I already have. So let's say I work with Walmart anyway, but let's say I wanted to work with Walmart about their water bottles, because I love this water bottle. I'm going to go buy the water bottle. Hey, y'all. Oh, my gosh, I got this water bottle from Walmart. It keeps your water cold, whatever have you, right? And I'm going to send an email or DM to Walmart. Hey, Walmart, I'm Nita. I'm a Dallas-based plus-size influencer, blah, blah. I absolutely love your water bottles. Just wanted to reach out and introduce myself and, please keep me in mind if you have any future campaigns. I'd love to work with you guys. And then I would insert a link to the video where I'm talking about this water bottle to share what I've already organically done. Now, if something comes of it, great. If nothing comes of it, that's fine too. You'll work your muscle. But that's how I personally will reach out to a brand. If it's a brand that you haven't created organic content for, I would still insert some similar ideas of what I've done that they would like. Okay, so let's say I was reaching out to, I don't know, Kendra Scott, right? Now let's say I would reach out to Kendra Scott and say, hey girl, hey girl, hi, my name is Nita. I love your jewelry. My audience loves when I share your jewelry. Just reaching out to introduce myself, and if you have any campaigns coming up, please keep me in mind. Also, here's a link to some of the content I created using your beautiful, I don't know the name of this ring, I would say. Also, recently I shared this video with your oval ring, and my audience loved it, and I would insert a link to the video where I was talking about the ring, right? So again, I already love Kendra Scott. I already like the ring, right? So that way it shouldn't be hard for them to see the type of content I create, to see that you guys like that I create this content, and for them to see what they're gonna get when they're working with me. And if they choose to work with me, fine. If they don't, that's fine too. But that is how I would reach out to a brand. I would pitch myself, and then I would also insert some examples so that they can know what they're gonna get when they work with me. Okay, next question. Do you think the influencer market is oversaturated, more specifically the plus size market? How often do you feel it's necessary to put out content to stay active? And do you find it necessary to vlog in addition to fashion try-on hauls to remain a highly rated or a recommended channel? I want to do fashion and try-on hauls, but there's nothing for me to really vlog about. I'm not really private. I'm just not out here doing anything vlog worthy. LOL, that's a nice way of saying I'm boring. Girl, I'm sure you're not boring. But, so first question, do you think the influencer market is oversaturated? Girl, everything is oversaturated. But what does that matter? I saw an analogy, I read an analogy, I think I was at a hair conference, and they said when you walk down the bread aisle, how many brands of bread do you see? A lot. There are new brands posting every day. But guess what? Does that keep, Wonder Bread from Nature's Own from producing their bread? No. The people who want Nature's Own go get Nature's Own. The people who want Mrs. Bears and Wonder or whoever else go get that. So that's how I look at it. I'm me. I'm Nita Danielle. I'm Shanita. This person is them. That person is them. I bring my unique opinion because nobody can be me but me, just like nobody can be this person but this person. So that's just the way I try to look at it. I don't think it's oversaturated if it's something that you really enjoy and you're passionate about doing. Next question. How often do you feel it's necessary to put out content? As often as you can be consistent. I have learned, I know you guys hear everybody talk about consistency, but it's so true. Even recently, I told you guys I just hit 50K. I was stuck at 35 for the longest, okay? And I think a lot of it was that I was not being consistent, and I wasn't consistently putting out content that you guys wanted to see. So I had to go back to the drawing board, and since I've done that, we've been good. So I just say, you need to be consistent with whatever you can keep up with. So if you can only post once a week, post once a week consistently. If you can post once every other week, post once every other week consistently. And if you post it on the 1st and the 15th, hey, you guys, you can expect videos from me on the 1st and the 15th. That's something I'm even trying to do better with now. I've been playing with different dates and times so that I can be consistent and let you guys know when to expect videos from me. But right now, I'm trying to figure out what's going to work for me, because I don't want to tell y'all to expect a video on Tuesday and Friday and I can't keep up with it. So I've been playing with different dates and times on the back end myself, just trying to let you guys know what to expect from me. I've also heard of it like this. They were saying, think about your favorite movie or show that you watch. So let's say you watch, I don't know, what is it? This Is Us. And let's say it comes on Monday at 7 o'clock. So if you know your favorite show comes on Monday at 7 o'clock, you're going to be in front of the TV Monday at 7 o'clock. Or even if you have to record it, or you say Monday night you're laying in bed like, oh yeah, my show came on, let me catch it, right? If you know when to expect your favorite TV show, you know when to show up and when to look for your TV show. But if it just comes on randomly and you just catch it randomly, then so that's kind of try to think of being active and how much to post. I think of how much I can consistently do long term. So I hope that answers your question. Girl, you asked a lot. Let me see. Do you feel it's necessary to vlog in addition to fashion? No, I think it's necessary to do what you want to do, okay? This is your channel. This is your house. This is your business. What do you want to do? If you don't want to vlog, do not vlog. I don't care how popular it is. I don't care who vlogging. If that's not content that you want to create, don't create it. Create what you want to create, right? And again, I'm going to push doing what you want to do and what you can consistently do, because that's what's sustainable long term. When people are asking about long term, I'm thinking about the future. Next year, am I still going to want to do this? And not to say we can always change our mind. We're humans. But I think about long term. Do I want to vlog long term? Yes, I enjoy vlogging, right? It's content I enjoy creating. You guys enjoy watching it. It's a win-win, right? But if you guys enjoy vlogging and I didn't like it and I'm trying to force myself to vlog, I'm not really going to want to do it. And now I done got y'all used to these vlogs that I don't like creating. So I would just say, if you don't want to vlog, don't do it. It's your house. It's your business. Do what you want to do and do what you can keep up with long term. I'm a YouTuber myself and was wondering, what are some cons/challenges of working with brands? I know deadlines are stressful, example. Okay, challenges. The challenges for me would be sometimes if they are very specific about content. I never wanted to look salesy and cheesy. I wanted to look organic. I wanted to look like all my other content, whether it's sponsored or not. So if I have a brand that's super particular in their brief about, can you say it this way? Can you do it this way? I'm at a point where now I just won't work with them. Like, I'll tell them, well, hey, this is what I'm looking to do, and see if we can come to a happy medium, which I haven't had to turn anything away. Once I kind of explain, like, this is what I do, whatever, then we're fine. But before, in the beginning, I didn't, because I didn't want to piss off the brand or whatever. But I'm learning, like, I'm the content creator. This is my channel. This is my brand. This is my name. And you're not going to make me do what you want me to do. If that's the case, then I'll create the content for you to use on your socials. But if you want me to create it and use it on my socials, it needs to be in my authentic voice. So that's something that I had to learn. Another challenge is, and I only see this on the fashion side. I don't know if this is on lifestyle, because I haven't done a lot of partnerships on the lifestyle space. But when you're working with a brand, they give you a brief, right? And so they're looking to push a certain type of product. So it's not, so let's say, again, I'm partnering with Nordstrom, right? I can't just go on Nordstrom and buy anything. I have to pick from this list of items. And that sucks sometimes, because it's like, I don't like that. I want this right. I want to show this right here because it's cute. I don't want to show what's on this list. So sometimes I come back and say, well, hi. So I know this is what we're trying to prioritize right now, but I don't really think my audience is going to like any of that. So that's been probably, if there's a con, it's that. Because of course you think, oh, I'm working with Nordstrom, or oh, I'm working with Walmart or Target, whoever, right? But it's like, it's not like when you work with a brand, you can do anything. No, they're looking to sell this specific. They have a new spring collection, right? So you can only select from these items here. And that's something that I had to learn as I went. So now I say, hey, send me the brief first so I can look at this and see if it's something that I want to do. Because at first I didn't know that. I just thought, oh, I'm working with, you know, Target. I can buy anything or I can show anything. I love Target. And it's like, no, we're looking to, this is our new collection or this is something that we're going to release. You have to pick from this group of items. So that's, that was the hard part. It's not hard anymore because now I know to ask for the brief up front so I can look and see if it's something that I want to do. But at first I didn't know that. So that was the hard thing outside of kind of them, you know, some brands being a little bit particular about the content. So that's it. Next question. I got a lot about, is this something you see yourself doing full time, and is there a backup plan? A lot of people asked about the longevity of the content creator industry and all of that. I do not see content creating going anywhere. It is marketing, and businesses will always need someone or some avenue to market. So I definitely think it can be a long-term career if it's something that you want to do, or if I would choose to do it long-term. Have I decided to do it long-term? It depends on what you think long-term is. So, and is there a backup plan? I don't really know what you mean by that, if there was shade or not. Nonetheless, if, let's say I decided tomorrow I don't want to do this anymore, I would just go back to doing hair. It's what I did. It's what I know and love. And I mean, I made money from it before. I know I can make money again. I haven't lost my license. Thank God my hands still work and we're good. But that's what I would do if I wasn't doing this. Or if I decided tomorrow I didn't want to do it anymore, I would just go back to doing hair and makeup. When did you know it was time to do YouTube and influencing full time? Did you quit your job for it? I'm trying to make that transition in the next couple of years. What advice do you have for me? I have two. Okay, I took a screenshot, so I don't know what she was saying. But when did I know it was time to do it full time? I think I told you guys I prayed about it. I asked God for signs. He gave it to me. Also, because I am a mom, even if I wasn't a mom, I'm 35, right? I'm good and grown. So I needed a cushion. So I did say 6 months plus some to make sure that I was comfortable, to give myself some time to get into it and make money. Also, I was already making money, and I was making more than enough money to sustain us in this. Even if I wasn't making enough money to cover my bills per month, if I wasn't a mom, I probably would have taken the leap anyway. But because I am a mom, I only felt comfortable taking the leap when my monthly revenue was more than enough to cover our expenses. And like I said, I did save my 6 months plus extra cushion for my daughter. So that's what made me feel comfortable to do it full time. I was seeing the income coming in, and I had a savings. How do you handle the negativity? Has it gotten easier to bounce back from the body shaming comments, or is it just as hard? Thank you for continuing to shine through it all. You represent hope. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. I appreciate that. How do I handle the negativity, and has it gotten easier? It has gotten a little easier now, because I think for a while I actually kind of braced myself when I created my content for the negative comments. I don't really necessarily get a lot of them, but at one point it would always be some random person wanting to come tell me how I should dress, or what I should cover up, or why are you showing that, or you got cellulite, you got scars. Like, girl, you don't think I know that? I see my body every day. It's mine. I bathe it. Like, come on now. I think one of the biggest things that I've learned is that I don't have to respond. In the beginning, honey, let me tell you, I would respond to every negative comment. I would come to my defense at everything. And sometimes I still do, depending on what mood you catch me in. But for the most part now, I block and delete. Block. Because I didn't ask you to be here. I didn't ask you to come. I didn't ask you to watch the video. I didn't ask you to do any of that. You clicked on this video. You came to my page. You're in my space. I'm not in your space. This is my house. I get to control what goes on in my house. And if it's negative, if I feel like it's negative, block, delete, bye. Okay. Also, I've learned that there's a feature on both Instagram and YouTube where you can block certain words. So that has helped a lot. I block certain words, so certain things you just won't even be able to say. And yeah, but it's become easier because I just don't feed into it. When I see the negativity, block, delete. And I've had to learn that I don't have to come back and defend myself and go back. We're not doing all that. Why are we going back and forth in my house? This is my house. We're going to be positive over here. If you don't like it, that's totally fine. Go somewhere else. But that's how I think over time I've just kind of gotten used to it. That does not mean that it doesn't affect me, because sometimes it kind of does, but I've kind of learned to shake it off and shake back. So I guess yes, to your question, it has gotten easier, but that's how I handle it, using the block button. Bye girl, bye. Block. How do you gain subscribers? No tricks. I don't know what you mean by that, but how do you gain subscribers? By offering valuable content. One resource that I use a lot when it comes to creating YouTube videos, and I still use Think Media, which is the name of a YouTube channel. If you've ever heard of Think Media, or Sean Cannell, I think is his name, they make amazing videos on how to start a YouTube channel, tech equipment you should use, lighting, all of that. I binge watched Think Media's YouTube channel, Sean Cannell. They also have a podcast. I like listening to podcasts, so I did listen to a lot of his information, and then I did take his course. He has it's called VRA, Video Ranking Academy. It is a little pricey. It was worth every penny. I bought his course, I think, at the end of 2020 as well. They had some kind of like special, or you could like pay it out in payment plans or something. I did do that. So look up Think Media, look up Sean Cannell, and take his advice, which is pretty much adding value. That's what people want to see. They want to know how it can help them. I always say, as an influencer or content creator, the goal is, how is this helpful to other people? It's not about me, it's about y'all. It's about how this is helpful to you guys. So I think that's how you gain subscribers, outside of how to title your videos. That's what Think Media will tell you. Yeah, just that part about like titling and SEO and all of that. Think Media, or just Google. Because I'm a Google person. I will research the heck out of anything, honey. Okay. Next question. Is there anything that you feel you would do differently as an influencer? What are some of your mistakes? I don't think I've made any mistakes, or that I would do anything differently. I don't really know if you can make a mistake as an influencer. Can you make a mistake? I don't know. But no, I wouldn't do anything differently. I think that everything that I've done has led me up to this point. And yeah, I don't think I've made any mistakes. I wouldn't make any changes. Next question. If you could focus on just one thing, what would it be? What do you think was the greatest key to your success and growth, and fast growth? Okay, I'll address the fast growth thing first. As I look back on YouTube, I don't think my growth was fast at all. I've been creating videos since 2019, and we're in 2022, and I'm just hit 50K. I don't think that's fast. Now on Instagram, I think it kind of, well, yeah, I started doing my Instagram more so in 2020, and that has been fast. I'm almost at 100K. And honestly, I think what contributed to my fast Instagram growth was just hopping on Reels. I thankfully enjoy creating video content. Instagram is pushing videos, and I hopped on it, and at one point I was creating all kinds of videos, honey. I was creating them all the time, and I think that contributed to my fast growth over on Instagram. I hopped on what they were pushing, which was Reels. My Reels don't do half as great as they used to do when they first started pushing Reels, because now everybody's creating video content, so the algorithm is a little different. But I think that's what made me grow fast on Instagram, is that I hopped on the Reels train early. Outside of that, I don't think anything else was fast, in my opinion. And then the greatest key to your success, God, I owe it all to God. If you can get nothing else from this, you know, the reason that I am able to do this, the reason that I feel comfortable doing this, is because I prayed about it and I asked God what He wanted me to do. Even when I did hair, that whole thing was a conversation with God. This is a conversation with God. I feel like, you know, my reason for being here is much bigger than money, me, my baby. I'm here to inspire women to be confident and comfortable and to love themselves just as they are today. And even though, yes, I do fashion content, beauty content, all that kind of stuff, at the end of the day, if you don't get anything else from me or from this channel or from any piece of content that I put out, I want you to walk away saying, you know what, I need to be confident in myself, regardless as to whatever you have going on, what size you are, what imperfections you have or don't have, how you feel about your body. I hope that it inspires you to love yourself just as you are today. That is the basis and the goal for my channel and about the content that I create. And so my success, sorry about that, y'all, my camera died, so I think we're back. So outside of the blessings of the Lord, I think the most practical advice that I would say is finding my lane and my niche, finding what you guys want to see from me. Like I said, to this day, if I post a makeup video, y'all don't really be checking for that. Y'all don't be here for that. Y'all are here for the fashions. Y'all are here for the even lifestyle, which I'm surprised. I didn't think that my vlogs would do as well as they do. People are here for that more so for me than beauty. Not that you guys don't look for that, but to make a dedicated makeup video, no. I can share makeup in a vlog or in another type of way, but to do like dedicated beauty content, you guys don't look to me for that. So far, I may try it again later and just kind of see, maybe switch up the way I deliver that content. But again, I had to learn my niche. And I think consistency, and I know so many people talk about that, but it's true. I find that when I'm consistent about showing up for you guys, y'all show up and watch the content. But when I'm here and there and then it's just like, we're not looking for you, sis, because you ain't been consistent. So be consistent. And then if you're just starting, do go ahead and create some different types of content to find out what people enjoy seeing from you, because what people look for from you is different from me, different from the next girl. Don't just try to do things you see other people do. Do what you want to do. All right, so next question. How many subscribers, views did you have when you got your first brand deal, and what was the range of payment you received? My first brand deal for YouTube was Walmart. That was a partnership that I created on multiple platforms. I think I may have had 30,000 subscribers at that time. And then on Instagram, when I got my first brand deal, I think I was around 30,000 subscribers. But I know content creators who have gotten brand deals more than me who may have like 20,000, 15,000 even. So it's not about the number of subscribers you have. It is more so about the views, and it's about can you get the results. So if they want to sell something, it's about, can you drive sales? If they want to raise awareness, are people watching the video? That's more so what I would look for as far as brand deals. What was the range of payment I received? Girl, I'm not telling y'all my personal business, but I would say it was good. I would say that my first brand deal was 4 figures. So there's that. All right, next question. How do you stay consistent? What camera equipment do you use, apps to edit, and what do you use for your YouTube videos? So how do you stay consistent? I literally would just say, these days from this time to this time, I'm filming videos. And I think I shared when I took the pictures for the thumbnails, I would use those same pictures to post on Instagram. So I got both of my content in one. What camera equipment do you use? Right now, I am filming on a Canon SL2. I've had this camera for I think maybe a year now. Before that, I did everything on my phone. Also, currently, you guys know I shoot with the photographer Corey. I've been working for Corey for about a year. Before that, everything I did, I used my phone, and I got my first handful probably or more brand deals when I was still using my phone. So use your phone. What apps do I use to edit photos? I don't edit my photos. If I change the lighting or something, I do use Lightroom. And then as far as my videos, my reels that I make I still use my phone to make my reels, and I use InShot to edit. As far as my YouTube videos, I use iMovie because I already have a MacBook. All right, next question. Did you learn as you go? Do you take any specific training or get a mentor to learn the details? That's a good question. I think I shared with you guys, I did take 2 courses. I took Video Ranking Academy with Sean Cannell and Think Media. They do have a ton of free knowledge, which is what I did at first. They have the YouTube channel, Think Media and Sean Cannell. They have a podcast. I think they are also on Facebook where they go live like once a week or something, sharing like nuggets and tips. So I did that first, and then once they did a sale on their course, I think for Black Friday in 2020, and I bought it and I used that in 2021 to help with YouTube videos. As far as the business of influencing, I did take a course from Maddie James. I don't think she offers it anymore, unfortunately, but she does give a lot of tips. I will leave their names here and in the description box. Follow her on Instagram at, I think it's the Maddie James or Maddie James. I'll leave her information somewhere. But those are the 2 courses that I took to learn about YouTube and then to learn the business portion of influencing. Imposter syndrome and introverted. How do I proceed without showing your identity? Well, there are a lot of, I don't know about recently or lately, but there are a lot of content creators, or not a lot, but there are content creators who don't show their face. I don't know if you guys have seen girls who take pictures and the phone is in front of their face. There's a girl that I follow I think she's based in the UK or Canada, and she does all kind of outfit stuff. She do not show her face. Their phone is right here. Boom. She don't show her face. And I love her content. I'm here for the outfits, honey. So put the phone in front of your face. I don't care. I'm here for the outfits. So that, if you're talking about fashion, if you're doing like cooking or cleaning, you can do all of that and just show what you're doing. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. As far as imposter syndrome and being introverted, to do something, if you want something different, you got to do something different. And that's just what it is. You know, when it comes to tough love, I'm definitely that girl. When it comes to entrepreneurship, nobody's gonna hold your hand. Nobody's gonna make you do it. If you want to do it, you have to, period. And it only gets better as you continue to try. So if you don't want to share your identity, you can absolutely work around that. There are people who post pictures from the neck down. You know, post the outfit and don't post your face if you don't want to. Or again, show what you're doing. If you're cooking or if you're cleaning or you're watering your plants, you can show all of that without showing your face. All they'll see is your hands. So there's ways around it if you don't want to share your identity, and that will help if you're an introvert or if you're a very private person. Or, you know, if you just don't want to show your face, there's definitely ways around that. But as far as imposter syndrome and being introverted, you have to remember, I think that comes back to remembering your why. Why am I doing this? What is the end goal for this? And I think if your why is big enough, it'll push you to do it anyway. I'm having a hard time learning to choose flattering poses for content. Do you have any tips? I don't. The best thing I can tell you is to continue to try. I've done like some posing ideas, reels, but in all honesty, I don't know. You just gotta try. There are certain poses that I learned don't work with certain outfits, but I learned it by doing it. I'm a person who learns by doing, right? I can read something, I can see you do something. I'm a visual learner, but I also learn by doing. And the best thing I can tell you is to learn by doing. Take more photos. Also look at magazines, billboards, other influencers that you like. If you like their content, go scroll and look at their stuff. See what poses they're doing. See what, you know, how they're, let's say you're doing, you know, an outfit with a flowy dress, right? I've learned that if I'm doing something flowy, I need movement in the photo, right? But I only learned that by doing it. And I've been doing this, taking photos professionally, I guess, for a year now. And I'm just feeling like I'm getting comfortable with certain silhouettes that before I just feel like, I don't like this at all. But I learned it by doing it, right? So I would say learn by doing. And then also, it does not hurt to go get references. So go to some of your favorite influencers pages, or even, let's say you're working with a brand. Let's say you're working with Express. Go to Express's page and see what they've been posting. See what their models have done. See what other people have done. And then you can kind of get an idea maybe from there. All right, you guys, we finally finished all the questions, y'all. I hope this video is not too long. It has taken me 2 hours to film this video, so I'm gonna do my best to condense it as much as I can, but I hope that it was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you made it to the end. Leave a comment down below, because I know this is probably gonna be a little lengthy of a video, but I hope that you guys enjoy. And if nothing else, I hope that this video, and by me sharing my journey, inspires you guys. If you want to pivot, I was just very afraid to change careers as you know, an early 30s mom, single mom at that, and it's been nothing but a blessing, you guys. Nothing but a blessing. I'm so thankful and grateful to God, and I just really feel like all God needed was my yes, and He has definitely done so much more than I can ever imagine. I'm just thankful, I'm just grateful, and yeah, I just hope that by me sharing my journey, it inspires you guys. If you are looking not only to pivot or to change your careers, or just to start a side hustle, or if you want to know more about the influencing industry, I definitely hope that this video was helpful for you guys. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Also, follow me on all of the socials. I'll have them on the side because I don't want to make this any longer than it's already been. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.